It looks like Bayley has something big planned for WrestleMania. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly what she is teasing, because Bayley has been on a resurgence, and it's all going to come together. It's all going to finish this April in Philadelphia at WrestleMania when she challenges Io Sky for the WWE Women's Championship. She's going to get her big payoff, I believe, at this show. Because if you look at Bayley and you look at the way that her career has it's gone up in recent years, and honestly, it all goes back to when she pivoted. She went from a lovable babyface character in which she got over mega in NXT, a connection in which she has with the fans at that time was truly remarkable. And when she made her main roster debut, that momentum, that connection that she had with those fans, well, it followed her, right? And she found a lot of success on the main roster. However, there was a time where she felt it in 2019 that she needed to make that change, and so she turned heel, and she got rid of the huggable inflatables, and she got rid of the almost teenage-esque gimmick and went to a more serious gimmick. And that gimmick was really good, but then she suffers a devastating knee injury during the pandemic when she was at the height of doing some of the best work of her entire career. Fast forward SummerSlam 2022, not only does she return in a big way, but she returns with two notable names. And there's so much history when it comes to this match with Io Sky and Bayley, because she returned with Io Sky, who was believed to be on her way out of the company after having a very successful NXT run, a very successful run in NXT where she was a former NXT Women's Champion. Then she also brings back Dakota Kai, who had been released by the company, who seemingly was just on the outskirts, right? She was released due to quote-unquote budget cuts, and they formed this amazing faction known as Damage Control. And the reason that I detail all of this background, where they found a lot of success, where Bayley continued to be in the hunt for the Women's Championship, where Io Sky and Dakota Kai continued to rack up championships as WWE Women's Tag Team Champions and defending it in NXT and on Raw and on SmackDown at PLEs, is because this connection has guided them through now, going from August or July or whenever SummerSlam 2022 was, returning, having a showdown with Becky Lynch and Bianca Belair and feuding with them, then feuding with them into 2023. Then we get to now. We get Bayley finally winning the Women's Royal Rumble. We get her challenging Io Sky for the Women's Championship at WrestleMania 40. It's all full circle. So Bayley, while appearing on the Xfinity Hangouts podcast, she teased doing something big, something that fans have called for a while now. She noted that she has brought up the idea to WWE officials to have Paramore play her entrance music at WrestleMania 40 when she does challenge Io Sky for the Women's Championship. That's what she had said. I'm going to fight for it. I've already brought it up. I just don't know what their schedule is like these days. It feels like they're taking time off, but just put out a new video, so maybe not. I would love for them to come play Simmer during the pandemic. Haley's solo album came out, and I was listening to all that. Simmer would pump me up, end quote. The idea of having Bayley have this cool entrance, I think that would be poetic. I think that would be perfect for her in this match, because she is going to get the belt. I believe she's going to get the belt. I believe she's going to dethrone Io Sky, who has had the championship since late 2023. And they're going to pay it off, because if you look at, I love the way that WWE did this storyline, where in the middle of 2023, there was little hints here and there that there was a little disconnection going on between Bayley and the rest of the members of Damage Control, Io Sky and Dakota Kai. And even though Dakota Kai suffered a torn ACL and she was on the sidelines, and she still sort of is, they were able to keep that faction going and keeping them going strong. And then you have the returning Kairi Sane return and help Io Sky win the championship after cashing in her Money in the Bank briefcase previously, right? And then we have Bayley. She has this breakout moment. She finally won the big one in the sense of the women's Royal Rumble match, an accomplishment in which she had not achieved up to this point. And then they turn on her. And there was only one name that was there that wasn't part of the attack. It was Dakota Kai, who seemingly has not been medically cleared yet. She claims she still has yet to be medically cleared as of the recording of this video. And then Dakota turns on her. And so you have the highest of highs for Bayley, going out there, creating this faction, finding success, and then they turn on her. And you could kind of pinpoint to when Asuka joined the group. That was really when they started to turn on her and they started to talk in Japanese, and she was trying to figure out what was going on. The inclines of this storyline has been remarkable. Everything that I've laid out in this video. By having Bayley make such a grand entrance for the finish of a storyline that really has floated under the radar, I don't think people understand. Go back to late 2023, really around Survivor Series, when they were doing Damage Control versus your Becky Lynch's and your Charlotte Flairs. Bianca Belair returned for that match, and there was two others or one other, I forget, but when they did the women's War Games match, go back to that time. That was at a time where Roman Reigns was off television for a while. There was this gigantic gap of, okay, what are we going to do as a top storyline if you're WWE officials? Well, you put the women into that top role. They were main eventing SmackDown with not only matches, but more importantly, segments. They were taking the women and they were, okay, we have all this star power, let's use it, right? We don't have really anyone else to fill that role. The United States Championship is still not on the same level as the IC title. The IC title is, in my opinion, up there with the world title and with the undisputed WWE Universal Championship based off of the booking that Triple H has done with Gunther. You put all of that and you go and you dissect 2022 and 2023 and now in 2024, it would shock me, it really would, that Bayley would not walk out of WrestleMania as the women's champion. And I hope that she does. Let me know down in the comments area below, do you agree with me? Do you think Bayley will win the women's title from Io Sky? Do you think Bayley will get her big grand entrance? Leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for more wrestling content, and I will see y'all in the next video.